Hello, everyone. Welcome to Madridista Notes. There are a lot of news going on around the Real Madrid sphere right now after the disappointing transfer window, the January transfer window. The fans are not happy. The fans in the social media world, to be honest, that we keep a track of, most of the fans are not really pleased with the board because there are some glaring holes in the team that we could have done with a couple of additions to just get us through the season because we are actively fighting for the league, for the Copa del Rey, and for the Champions League. And it's Real Madrid. You expect to win every single trophy, and we need better depth to win every single trophy. Right now, we are struggling with some injuries, and those injuries are more troublesome because it comes in areas where we don't have quality depth. So, if we wanted to, we could have brought in quality depth. There were some good opportunities during the last days in the transfer window, but our board didn't see the usefulness in bringing any players in the dying moments, dying days, the deadline days, and everything in the transfer window. So we didn't really go for anyone. And the report has come out now that Fran Garcia's new contract with Real Madrid is until June 2028, according to Marca. Fran Garcia has signed his Real Madrid contract for next season. So we have triggered that release clause and it's done deal. Fran Garcia is joining Real Madrid this 2023 summer window. So he will be the one who will be competing with Falan Mendy next season if Falan Mendy is still in Real Madrid after next season after yeah during next season because there are lots of reports coming out that the management board they are not really that high on Farlan Mendy. They want to replace him. They are not really impressed with his performances or his physical condition. If that was their thinking, they wouldn't have really given Dani Carvajal that long of a contract too, because Dani Carvajal's physical condition is even worse than Farlan Mendy. He is most of the time injured. Whenever he's not injured, he's not really a player who I don't think is at the level of playing for Real Madrid, first choice fullback anymore. So that's that. Let's check out some other updates. Fran Garcia will arrive at Real Madrid to stay. He will not be part of another possible operation. He will start the next campaign as Real Madrid player, according to Marca. This report came out after some Dambas report from the outlet, Spanish outlet Relevo came out that we are bringing him back to then sell him again. Real Madrid doesn't do that kind of deals. We could have done that kind of deals before, but we didn't. When we because our board, Florentino Perez, they like to keep a really good relationship with some teams and stuff like with most of the teams and stuff like that. So they don't do that kind of deals where we bring in the player to just flog them off for profit. When we bring in a player, we normally try to use them because right now in our team you can see that players like Mariano, Hazard, Odriozola, they are still Vallejo, they are still here even though they don't add anything to the team. I feel bad for Vallejo. I feel bad for Odriozola because they should have left Real Madrid however they could because I don't think they are that bad that they don't deserve a single minute that they're not getting. They can easily play for some Europa League level club or yeah, Europa League level club. Easily they can play and start for those kind of teams like Athletic Bilbao, like Valencia, like Sevilla. Even though Valencia and Sevilla has dropped off hugely, they are big clubs. They can play for those kind of clubs, so I feel bad for them. But Hazard and Mariano, they don't really care about playing time. They are here to collect their paychecks, and that's that. No one is going to pay them anywhere near Real Madrid is paying whatever Real Madrid is paying them right now. The good news is Mariano's contract finishes this summer, so he will have to look for somewhere, and I'm sure he is not gonna get some offers from any clubs that he would, any Champions League level clubs, even Europa level league level clubs. Yeah, wherever he goes, he goes. But the problem is with Eden Hazard. There are no clubs in the world that can afford his salary will want him. The club that can afford his salary do not need a player like him. He is totally useless. The maximum offer he will get, I think, from some American club for something like a 100K or something because of his marketability and his name. That's it. And we are giving him something like a 300K or something per week. So we will have to, give him the difference of whatever offer he might bring in, because if he cares about his playing career even a little bit, he will look for somewhere and then make a negotiation with Real Madrid to, so we pay him the difference of whatever his new team will be offering him, because we he still have 1 year left after this summer. Let's check some of the more reports. Chouameni and Carvajal are available for this match against Valencia tonight. Alaba, Mendy, and Lucas Vasquez are not available. There were some reports that Alaba might be available, but he is not still yet fully fit. Ancelotti has said in his press conference that Alaba will be fit to play in the Club World Cup that we will be playing next week for sure. The report from Diario AS is Real Madrid have secured 2 out of 3 positional targets, Endrick and Fran Garcia, and they want Bellingham. That is the goal for now for the summer Diarios. How is that the goal for summer? Endrick is not coming in the summer. He's gonna come in the summer of 2024. So how does it help us next summer when we will need a right winger? There are some, I don't know, not rumors even, some talks. Some, people are discussing between Real Madrid fans, like Juventus is right now in a turmoil. Maybe we can bring in one of their players, talented players, someone like Chiesa. I would love to bring in Bukayo Saka from Arsenal, who has only this summer he will have only 12 months left on his contract. I would love a player like Bukayo Saka, to be honest, but I haven't seen any rumblings, any reports, any rumors that we are scouting him or we are really going after him. So we will have to wait and see if Asensio leaves, because I hope he leaves. We don't have the position that he would best play, number 10 position. I think he should go to a club where he will be played in the number 10 position, or maybe the second striker position, somewhere along that lines, where he can, showcase his ability to the most, and it will be better for his career instead of staying in Real Madrid playing on that right hand side, right wing role where he doesn't excel. So yeah, hopefully he leaves as a free agent. And there are reports that we are going to offer Ceballos a contract, and Ceballos is open to staying, but he wants to be an important part of the project. And if we are going to go for another signing like Bellingham, even though there are reports coming out today that Bellingham prefers a move to England, Liverpool, Manchester City, because he is only 19 years of age. So he has lots of time left to move to Spain when he is 25, 26, during his prime years. So they have options, and I think this Bellingham transfer is not going to work out for Real Madrid. I am 90% sure that he is going to end up either Liverpool or Manchester City. Wherever his family prefers, he will end up in those clubs. So if we are not going to bring him, and the reports came out that our second option was Enzo Fernandez, who already signed for Chelsea. I don't really understand how mm, we are not scouting a player like Barella from Inter Milan. If you are looking for those kind of um, profiles of players, Enzo Fernandez is a different profile. He is more of a Cruz profile than a Modric profile. The club was looking for a Bellingham as a Modric profile. Barella is perfect for that profile too. If we cannot get Bellingham, he goes to England, whichever club he goes to. We should definitely look at Barella from Inter Milan. Inter Milan doesn't have a good financial situation too because their owner, Chinese owner, China has a law right now where he cannot really invest uh, his own money into the club. He only can invest whatever Inter Milan is earning their revenue. He can only invest those. And if you look at the situation in Italy, the financial situation in Italian leagues are not really that great. If the owners are not injecting some money, they cannot really um, I don't know, they cannot really do business at the level of the big clubs in Spain or England, like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Manchester United. Normally, these clubs go for really huge signings, like the signing Inter Milan made of Lukaku when the Chinese owner was still um, pumping money in. They cannot make those kind of signings anymore, and if they want to make signings they have to do some sales in the sales during the market, and Barella is one of their most valuable asset right now. And I think if Real Madrid goes to Inter Milan and tables a bid around of 80 million euros, we can do a deal. And he is a player I really, really, really like. Like, if we could bring in Barella and someone like Abukayo Saka and a first choice right back, I think our squad would be almost complete for next season, but that's a lot of additions for our board because they don't believe in transfer markets right now. They are saying that if they cannot bring in Bellingham, I don't know what they are going to do if they cannot bring in Bellingham because we definitely need a fast choice right winger. We definitely need a first team right back addition for sure to make our right side strong once more. In midfield, even if we don't bring in anyone and extend Ceballos, Modric and Cruz for one more year, and Ceballos for I don't know at least 3 more years or something like that, with Chouameni, Valverde and Camavinga, those six midfielders we can do for one more season. We are not in a position where the midfield is a problem where we need to make some emergency signing. Unless Cruz decides that he is not going to extend, because whatever report we're getting, Luka Modric is looks like he is going to extend. Tony Cruz still, I don't know. There are reports coming out. He may extend, he may not extend. So we will have to see. If Luka Modric or Tony Cruz, one of them doesn't extend, then we have to go into the market and look for a replacement like Barella. And he would be my first choice because I believe Bellingham is not coming. And we should let Asensio leave. It's just a waste. There is report coming out that we are going to bring in Brahim Diaz to plug in that right wing hole, and that would be another mistake because Brahim Diaz is not a right winger. He is in the mold of another number 10, second striker maximum, number 10, that kind of role. So it will be like just another makeshift right winger, the same thing. And if we don't buy a right sided fullback and a right winger, we will have that lopsided attack once more. Vinicius and Benzema, all the responsibilities will be on them once more. And the right hand side will be again vacant, nothing. And again, whoever is the manager We'll try to sometimes play Valverde there, where we totally waste Valverde's talent. Right now, we are even wasting, not wasting, we are even trying to play Kamavinga at the left back role. Like we are using our midfielders to plug some huge holes in our squads. So it's just a little bit unbelievable right now what the board and their decision making is right now. So hopefully they'll really look into bringing in quality into those two positions at the very least, the right wing and right back, and they should look to extend Modric and Cruz and Ceballos if we are not going to bring in anyone. If we cannot bring in Bellingham, that's what I think. So let's see some more. Let's see what are the updates. I normally check Madrid Extra on Twitter for the updates. Ancelotti has confirmed that Camavinga will play left back because Alaba hasn't yet recovered. So it will be the same backline: Nacho, Militao, Rudiger, and Camavinga. Ancelotti has confirmed that in his report, in his press conference. According to Mario Cortegana, Luka Modric is expected to stay at Real Madrid. And also, there is total confidence regarding Karim Benzema's contract renewal. I don't think they are going to leave anyway. Modric and Karim Benzema, yeah. I am taking those for granted, to be honest, unless something really unexpected happens. And here is the Real Madrid squad to face Valencia. The same. The only additions are Carvajal is in, Chouameni is in. But I don't think we are going to see Chouameni in the starting lineup. I think the best would be if we play Valverde, Ceballos, and one of Modric and Cruz, whoever it is. But I think as we don't right now have Chouameni and Camavinga is playing in the left back role. I think Cruz needs to start. He's the only player who can play in the sixth role, even though he is not a defensive midfielder. He can slot in there to play the deep lying playmaker role. And on either side of him, I think Ceballos is right now in red hot form. We shouldn't really replace Ceballos. And right now, Modric and Valverde are both are suffering from form. I would play either or whoever plays. Hopefully, they come back into form, and so whoever Ancelotti chooses, I hope he. I will. I know. We know that he will choose whoever will give him the best option to win. Another report it's on Nacho. We need to extend Nacho too if we want to keep him. Nacho's entourage have said that they have not received good feedback from Real Madrid regarding a renewal. Their optimism has cooled down, according to Mario Cortegana. So we are not looking to, I think, extend Nacho if we aren't because we already have Rudiger as the third choice center back. I'm guessing, and Nacho is a player who is handy to have when you are in positions like now when your both of your right-sided fullbacks are injured. You can use Nacho. If both of your left-sided fullbacks are injured, you can use Nacho. So he's such an amazing player to have in a squad, and he's so loyal to the club. But I think he wants more importance, just like the other players who wants to continue but wants better conditions and better importance to the team. After Rudiger came in, his minutes has decreased. So if we are bringing in players like Fran Garcia, I guess the club hasn't really given it the importance that they would have given in. So I think Nacho might really leave in the summer, and I would wish him the best of luck. He is such a great player to have in a team like Real Madrid, where Yeah, he's a utility player, but he's a great player. He will give you most of the time 7 out of 10 whenever he plays. There is a report from Diario AS Real Madrid will stick with the 4-2-3-1 tomorrow versus Valencia, but Real Madrid didn't really play a traditional 4-2-3-1 against Real Sociedad. We fielded a 4-3-3, but when we were in attack, Rodrigo tucked in the number 10 role, and the vacant position that Rodrigo left, Valverde went in and filled that right wing position. In the middle, of course, Cruz and Ceballos were tucking in as the double pivot. So I think that will be the same way Ancelotti will field the team when we will be in transition. We will be defending. We will get back into the 4-3-3. But when we'll be transition into the attack, we will go into the 43 4-2-3-1. So here is the report from George Cipion. Bellingham's family members are in favor of a move to the Premier League where they think adaptation is easier. At 19 years of age, they believe there is time for Jude to play for Real Madrid later. So that really says a lot. I have been saying the same thing, and I believe this is the most probable outcome we are seeing. He is going to move to England. Liverpool, Man City doesn't really matter for us, and I think we should really just forget about this signing because I don't really like players who uh, keep us in the loop. Like, it's Real Madrid. You say yes, or you are seduced by other clubs, you go to those clubs. I just don't like this, going after players who have so many options and they are not really, Real Madrid is not really their first options. Like they are taking so much time to decide and stuff like that. Just screw it. Just go for players who keeps Real Madrid as their first option, and it's Real Madrid, not some stupid club that we have to fight for some signatures and stuff like that. It's Real Madrid. According to the same journalist, Jude Bellingham's deal would be around 130 million euros, including add-ons, variables. I think, including add-ons, variables, agent fees, everything, it will be around 150 million euros minimum. After Enzo Fernandez sale happened in the January transfer window, Dortmund are not some schmuck. They know how to sell their assets, and they are going to squeeze every penny out of the clubs who will want to buy him. And he is a hot product right now, hot commodity. Real Madrid, Liverpool, Manchester City, three of the best clubs in the world going after him. So of course he is going to be expensive, very, very expensive. Real Madrid did not plan to sign a midfielder unless it was Bellingham or Enzo, according to ABC Esporte or ES, whatever it is. So there it is. If we are not going to sign anyone, if we don't get those players, just try your best to renew Cruz and Modric. That's it. That should be our focus right now. With those six midfielders right now that we have, oh, we have to renew Ceballos too. We can go one more season. Yeah, I think we can go one more season. Then, yeah, we will see what the club does. And here is the report I was talking about. According to ABCES, as things stand, the attacker most likely to join in the summer is Brahim Diaz. And that's it, people. I knew it. We are not going to bring in any right winger for our team. We are just going to, if Asensio leaves, we are just going to plug in that gap in the squad with Brahim Diaz, and it will be the same story, different player. Brahim Diaz is not a right winger. Maybe he will do better in the right wing position, but that's it. So tonight we are playing Valencia. Let's check out some things about Valencia a little bit so we know how Valencia we will be facing Valencia and how they will perform against us. Valencia right now are, I think, They are a relegation fighting team. They are in a relegation form. After 18 matches, they have 20 points. They have won 5, drew 5, and lost 8 matches. They have scored 25 goals and conceded 21 goals. So they are conceding more than a goal every match, and they are not really scoring that many goals too. Their last 5 matches, they have lost three, drew one, and only won one match. And this match is at the Santiago Bernabeu. If somehow we lose this match, it would be a travesty. It would be a disgrace if we lose to this Valencia team. They are in terrible form right now. Their players are not in form. They just sacked their manager, um, Gattuso. Right now, they are without a manager. They are under an interim manager. I think the assistant coach or whoever it is. Here he is, Boro. So they are in terrible form. They are conceding left and right. They just sacked their manager. It's at the Santiago Bernabeu. Barcelona yesterday won a really important match against Real Betis. It was an away match where they could have lost points, but they won. So right now they are 8 points ahead of Real Madrid. So you can understand if we fuck up this match, we should just concede the league because yeah, we are not going to catch up to Barcelona if we lose to this Valencia team at the Santiago Bernabeu, or even if we don't lose, we draw and lose points. I would just think that yeah, the league race, I would just concede that yeah, it's a wrap. We cannot compete. We cannot compete. So, but let's keep a positive attitude because against Real Sociedad, it was a good match. We played really, really well. It was just Vinicius with his sometimes usual. He didn't just have his scoring boots on. That's it. Let's hope Benzema and Vinicius are back into form and we score a lot of goals tonight, at least 3 or 4 goals to give us some confidence and get us into goal scoring um, form. And the team, I think the back four are gonna look the same. I don't think Chouameni is going to start. I think it will be Cruz, Ceballos, one of Valverde or Modric, and the attack is going to look like the same. So I expect a 3-1 win tonight. I don't know if we are going to keep a clean sheet, but we should be scoring minimum 2 to 3 goals against this Valencia team with the kind of turmoil they are in. We shouldn't really give them anything to work on. Just get the 3 points. And even though we are not really that close to Barcelona, just to cut the gap to back to 5 points because in 19 matches, you can 5 points is not really that much, but we have to cut the gap and keep it to a respectable level, to be honest. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, good night, wherever you are. See you next time. Hala Madrid.